Hey guys, in this video I'm just gonna go and rate a few of these Midjourney images so that I can train it so that it understands what I enjoy, and I thought it would be nice to record this. But one funny thing as I'm doing this, it feels like that scene from Blade Runner 2044 or something like that, when the main character is asked a whole bunch of different questions just to prove that it's not going rogue or whatever. I can't remember the story or the exact wording, but it reminds me of that. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to do a little bit of training now in Midjourney. I'm going to press 1 for left and 2 for right on my keyboard just to help train it a bit better. Right, left. Midjourney is becoming very, very interesting, and I'm seriously thinking about upgrading my my current subscription from the $10 one to the $30 one, because now I think it's far more valuable ever since they started putting in video. And I think it's much more valuable now than when I started using it like years ago. And I don't find other tools like, say, Floor or anything that particularly useful, because I like to stick to a singular place to get everything done. I still believe that Midjourney, right, is much more valuable than, say, whatever ChatGPT is running on. One, because it's faster, and two, like, you get more visual flexibility. It is much better looking. Left. Ooh, right looks interesting. Left looks interesting. This is so difficult to pick, but I'll pick right. Is that Luigi with a Monopoly Man? Oh, that is very. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on. Oh, one on the right looks interesting. I wonder how this is going to improve my my generations if I keep doing this. I know for a fact that if I keep doing it left, right, if I keep training it so for it to understand like my preferences, it starts doing catering the generations to my specific interests. Left, I think that's super interesting that it will generate based off my interests, because like even if I were to give like a specific prompt, might be completely different to someone else's because it's trained on my interests and not someone else's. So I think that's very interesting in its own way. The one on the left reminds me of a horror video game. Kind of reminds me of this old game called Alice as well. Was it? Can't remember the name of the game director, but it was super. But he was known for more horror games back in the day. Right, left. Okay, let's try it out. These are a few generations I've done already. I was making a this background that you have over here, that you can see over here. Let's see if it does something different after I use the new generation. Okay, I'll select the same bit of code. By the way, I'm using Midjourney right now. Program this. There we go, profile 1. So I'm using profile 1 now. And let's see if it gives me a different generation. Okay, this is super interesting. I can see some big difference already, because like when I kept generating this stuff, it was even though I didn't mention anything about it being illustrated, right? It still kept giving me illustrated examples, right? Like this is illustrated. I think these are all realistic, but it's a little too street photography-ish. But yeah, no, I quite like the generations. Like this one turned out really good. Maybe let's see what happens if I animate this. Something I need to remember to do is to start liking more of the stuff I generate so that it knows what I like. I seem to forget that. And now the more it knows what you like, the more it'll generate that sort of stuff, right? Like, for example, this stuff I generated, I didn't like it, so I didn't bother. Super interesting what it came up with. Me on the weekend. I was thinking of making a short movie or something with this, so yeah, maybe I might play around with it a bit more, but yeah, it's already quite fun to do stuff or things with it, right? I've even mashed up Photoshop stuff as well, like for example, this work over here. Now if you see these animations over here, right, this is actually a mashup of Photoshop. So the original render was this is what what Midjourney came up with, right? So the faces were a bit undefined, so what I did in Photoshop is I smashed them in and yeah, added more clear looking faces, right? They still look a little bit painterly over here. For some reason Midjourney like removed quite a bit of the detail I put in, but in general, like, I love the amount of control I have with this, especially if I mash it up with Photoshop to fix certain details or change the framing a little bit. But yeah, Midjourney has been, I think, probably best value of money. ChatGPT is just way too slow, and it's just highly restrictive in terms of what you can do. And I think as an art director, I think Midjourney 7 with video is definitely, plus with a little bit of Photoshop AI, I think is probably the best solution for many designers or art directors. But yeah, that's what I think. Let me know what you think down in the comments.